Have you ever noticed this? Two people can use the same plan, the same course, the same habit tracker, and get completely different results. One person feels alive, the other feels tired, bored, and strangely resistant. Why? Because productivity is not only about discipline. Sometimes the real problem is this. You are trying to grow through a style that does not fit your nature. And that is where this changes. What if your work, your learning, and even your self-development started to feel less like pressure and more like a game you were actually built to play? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you may see why some methods never work for you and how to build a character that makes progress feel natural. A lot of people think play is childish, something extra, something you earn after the serious work is done. But Dr. Stuart Brown argues that play is not a luxury. It is part of how humans learn, adapt, and stay mentally alive. That means something important. If your work process has no sense of play, no curiosity, no freedom, no personal style, then your brain may resist it, even if the goal itself matters to you. So the question is not only, how do I become more disciplined? A better question is, what kind of game would make me want to return tomorrow? And here's the powerful part. Not everyone plays the same way. According to Stuart Brown's framework, people often lean toward different play personalities. Some people love exploration. Some love competition. Some love creating stories. Some love organizing things. Some love movement. Some love performance. Some love collecting. Some love directing or leading. Now think about what usually happens. A naturally curious explorer tries to force themselves into a rigid, cold, repetitive system. A storyteller tries to learn through dry memorization. A competitor uses a soft system with no score, no challenge, and no visible win. And then they say, I guess I am just inconsistent. Maybe not. Maybe your method is fighting your character. So here's the idea. Stop trying to become a machine. Instead, turn your growth process into a role. Build a character that matches the way you naturally engage with life. Not a fake personality, not a mask. A functional identity. A form that gives your energy direction. Let me show you what I mean. If you are naturally competitive, do not say, I will study English for 1 hour. That is flat. Instead say, I am a ranked player. Every session is a match. Every mistake is feedback. Every week I level up. Now the brain feels movement. Now there is tension. Now there is a reason to return. If you are a storyteller, do not say, I need to learn programming. Say, I'm an architect of systems. Every concept is a new tool. Every project is a world I am building. If you are an explorer, do not build a plan that feels like prison. Turn it into a map. Use missions. Use zones. Use discoveries. Use side quests. If you are a collector, track wins, phrases, ideas, finished reps, useful insights, or skill badges. Do not just work. Gather evidence. Build a visible treasure of progress. And here is the retention point. Most people quit right before the process could become emotionally meaningful. They quit while it still feels mechanical. They quit before identity enters the system. That is why the character matters. A character gives structure to effort. It answers the question, who am I when I do this? And that question is stronger than motivation. Because motivation changes every day. Identity is more stable. Now, let us make this practical. You do not need to redesign your whole life tonight. You only need 3 things. First, pick one area. Work, fitness, learning, content creation, anything. Second, choose the character that makes that area feel alive. For example, the strategist. This person plans carefully, reviews mistakes, and improves through intelligent adjustment. The hunter. This person wakes up and completes clear targets. The builder. This person creates step by step and enjoys seeing things take shape. The performer. This person grows through expression, sharing, speaking, and visible delivery. The explorer. This person needs novelty, experiments, and discovery. Third, design tiny rules that fit the character. If you are the strategist, end each day with a 3-minute review. If you are the hunter, start the day with one clear target. If you are the builder, ship one visible piece every day. If you are the performer, record, speak, teach, or publish regularly. If you are the explorer, test one new idea every session. Now your habit is not random anymore. It has emotional logic. And here is the part most people miss. The goal is not to escape effort. The goal is to make effort feel meaningful. That changes everything. Because when effort feels personal, you need less force. When the process matches your inner style, discipline becomes lighter. Not easy, lighter. And lighter means sustainable. This is especially important if you often start strong and then disappear. That pattern usually means one of two things. Either the goal is not truly yours, or the method has no psychological grip on you. A good character fixes that. It turns action into expression. It turns repetition into ritual. It turns progress into proof. So here is your challenge. For the next 7 days, do not say, "I'm trying to be productive." That sentence is weak. Instead, ask, "What character am I training right now?" Then act like that person for one small session each day, not perfectly, just clearly. You may be surprised how fast resistance drops when the process starts to fit who you are. And maybe that is the real shift. Self-development should not feel like constant self-rejection. It should feel like alignment. Not becoming someone else, but discovering the form in which your effort becomes natural, focused, and alive. Because the best system is not the strictest one. It is the one you can return to again and again. And if you can return, you can improve. If you can improve, you can compound. And if you can compound, your life can change much faster than it looks at the beginning. So do not just build habits. Build a character that makes the habits easier to live. That may be the game that finally changes everything.